Hi, welcome to my video on the addition and subtraction of fractions with square root radicals. Part 2. Simplify each. First, rationalize the denominator of each fraction. Second, add or subtract each fraction. I found that, notice we have radicals in the bottom of each fraction. I find it's rather they get a common denominator of root 50, which is the product of these two, it's better to rationalize each one of these first. You find it less confusing. So let's multiply this first one by root 5 and the second one by root 10 over root 10. And root 5 times root 5 is 5. 5 times root 2 is root 10. And root 10 times root 10 is 10. 7 times root 10 is 7 root 10. Now you notice that the denominators are easy to work out, so the LCD is 10. So we multiply this fraction by 2 over 2. So that gives us 10. 2 times 5, 2 times root 10 is 2 root 10. Common denominator is 10, so we don't change. And we add those, and we get 9 root 10 over 10. It's easier to rationalize each fraction first. Rationalize denominator. So in this one, it's better to multiply this fraction by root 2 over root 2, and this one by root 6 over root 6. So root 2 times root 2 is 2. And root 2 multiplied by 10 root 3 is 10 root 6. Subtract. Root 6 times root 6 is 6. And 18 times root 6 is 18 root 6. Now I could go for a common denominator, but if you notice, both of these can simplify very quickly. 10 divided by 2 is 5, so that's a 5 root 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3 root 6. So I didn't need to get a common denominator because they will simplify. And as a result, I get 5 subtract 3 is 2 root 6. Now we have up here, I was dealing with monomial numerators. Now I got binomial, but it's the same idea. Rationalize the denominator of each one of these first. So multiply each one of these by this first one by root 3 over root 3. Multiply this one by root 2 over root 2. Remember, we're multiplying by root 3 because of rationalized denominator. I'm multiplying by root 2 and rationalize the denominator. So if I put root 2 there, I have to put it here to balance it out. And the same here. So let's multiply. Root 3 times root 3 gives me a 3. Root 3 times 1 is root 3. Root 3 times negative root 2 is negative root 6, plus root 2 times root 2 is a 2, and root 2 times root 3 is root 6, and root 2 times root 6 is root 12. Notice now that notice I got a root 12. I could have, notice, because I have a root 12, this is a 6 times 2, and that means you've got a 2 times 3 times 2, so I got 2 2's. So I could have, instead of writing root 12, wrote down 2 root 3, but I didn't, so I have to simplify the root of 12 to a 2 root 3. So multiplying root 6 by root 2 to get root 12, I have to simplify the root 12. But if I multiplied root 6 by root 2 and simplified it on the side to a root 12 on the side and then worked it out to, which is 4 to a 2 root 3, because 12, then I wouldn't have to write this step. I could write this step without writing the root 12. Write this and it saves me this step. If you notice that root 6 times root 2 is root 12, it's simple. So simplify it on the side and then put, so you won't need this step. And now we need a common denominator, which is LCD for 2 and 3 is 6. So we multiply by 2 and 2. Multiply this fraction by 3 over 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So 2 times root 3 is 2 root 3. 2 times negative root 6 is negative 2 root 6. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times root 6 is 3 root 6. 3 times 2 root 3 is 6 root 3. Common denominator is 6. So we take one denominator. And we're going to add these. So let's take 2 root 3 and put plus 6 root 3 alongside of it. Negative 2 root 6 plus 3 root 6. So I'm adding. So I group the like terms together. So that's a 6 denominator. And 2 plus 6 is 8 root 3. And negative 2 plus 3 is 1 root 6. So that's unless that's one answer. Or if you want, you can go 8 over 6 root 3 plus 1 over 6 root 6. And this simplifies to 4 over 3 root 3. And that's a 6 there, making sure. So this could be your answer, or you can keep on going to this. Your choice. Your choice. Ask your teacher what to do. And we got more practice. Practice means pause your video and work these out. Do one at a time. So we should simplify these first. So the conjugate of 2 root 5, if we multiply top and bottom by root 5, the denominator is rationalized. We only need to do it with the root 5. And this one we multiply top and bottom by root 6 to rationalize. So root 5 times root 6 is root 30. And the bottom of this, 2 times 1 is 2. Root 5 times root 5 is 5. So 2 times 5, that becomes a 10. And this rationalizes. Root 6 times root 6 is 6. And this is 2 root 5 times root 6 is 2 root 30. LCD. So notice I rationalize each denominator first. Then I can deal with these integers on the bottom, which is easy to do. Common denominator for 10 and 6 is 30. So we multiply by 3, 3, multiply by 5, and 5. And 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times root 30 is 3 root 30. Plus 5 times 6 is 30. And 2 times 5 makes 10 root 30. And the common denominator is 30, so you write it down. And you add 10 plus 3 is 13 root 30. Or you can also write it, but like this. So 13 root 30 over 30, or 13 over 30 times root 30, your choice. And the second one, I need to rationalize my denominator of each of these first, so multiply them by root 2, root 2. And this one is root 3, root 3. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. Root 2 times root 3 is root 6. Subtract. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Root 2 times root 3 is root 6. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Now notice we need a common denominator, so the LCD for 2 and 3 is 6. What number will 2 and 3 divide into is 6. So I'll multiply by 3 over 3. Multiply this one by 2 over 2. So that gives us 6 on the bottom here. Top is 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times negative root 6. Negative 3 root 6. Subtract. 3 times 2 is 6. Root 6 times 2 is 2 root 6. 3 times 2 is 6. And now we have a common denominator. We'll write the denominator down. We're adding fractions. The common denominator is 6. But the subtraction is the problem. Watch. 6 subtract 3 root 6. I'm subtracting, so I add the opposite of this binomial. So the opposite of these two is a negative 2 root 6 minus 6. And since I have the same denominator 6, I will group my like terms. So 6, subtract 6 if you wanted to. I'll just show you now. I'm grouping my like terms here. So that gives me a 0 minus 5 root 6 over 6. So the 0 is not necessary. I didn't have to put down the 0. So that's a negative 5 root 6 over 6. I didn't have to put that 0 there. You could omit that step and go right to this one. And that, right from here too, also, if you look at it, when you have this 6 subtract 6, you can just cross them out like that and then add these two up to get a negative 5 root 6 over 6. So you can add them, get the 0 and 0, subtract that, it's the same thing. And you could also say or negative 5 over 6 root 6. So that brings us to the end of this video where you have to rationalize your monomial denominators. If you like my video, click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell because there are more videos coming your way. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, the videos, and the content that's on the YouTube channel, Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.